All right, here we go. Let me just start off by saying this. The position that I'm about to take with this video, which is the position I've always taken since I've been doing YouTube content, is a very unpopular position. In this YouTube space and just on social media in general, it's a very unpopular position to take. Let me plug the joint. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. Let me say that shit again. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. Now, when I break this down, for those of you who aren't emotionally triggered, talking about you dudes, okay, if you have any level of intelligence whatsoever and comprehension skills, you should be able to make heads or tails of what I'm trying to say. Before I get into that, though, let me promote this. At 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm going live, dolo, by myself. The joint is going to be titled, Woman Says, for most women, their vagina is their only possession. Again, I'm doing a live joint on the solo tip. I may or may not have a guest come through, I don't know, but as of right now, I'm going dolo with it. Woman says, for most women, their vagina is their only possession. So y'all come through and support the live with your boy. But let me get back to this, though. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. Now, two things can be true at the same time. Two things can be true at the same time. And this is what a lot of guys don't get. A lot of guys who are on social media crying and whining about how women don't apologize and how women don't take accountability. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. You can't claim that you want a submissive woman to follow your lead and then you cry about her not taking accountability. That's not how it works. If you are a leader, you fall on the sword. If you are the leader, anybody that you're leading that falls short of expectations, you have to own that. It ain't no different than a quarterback. The quarterback is the captain, the leader of the team, right? Whenever they win, he gets all the praise. Even when there's other people that actually did more to help the team win than he did, he still gets all of the praise. So if he gets all of the praise and all of the accolades, it makes sense that he takes ownership of the failures. I don't think you motherfuckers hear me, though. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. Earlier, I alluded to the fact that two things can be true at the same time. Nobody ever said, particularly myself and all the fellows on the Real Game No Theory podcast, we never said that women don't do ill shit. Okay, let me say that shit again. We never said that women don't do ill or foul shit. We never said that. We never said that. Okay, all we said is this. As a grown fucking man, you are responsible for the people that you invite into your fucking life. It doesn't matter if it's a partner of yours, same sex, one of your road dogs, or if it's a female that you are romantically and sexually involved, and or romantically and or sexually involved with, or even if it's just a casual thing. It doesn't matter. You invited that person into your life. You are responsible. Look, check this out. I just find it funny, right? That when guys are dating women that they think are gorgeous, beautiful, or whatever it is, they have no problem screaming to the rafters about how they pulled this bad joint over here or that bad joint over there. They could do that all day. That you, dog? Yeah, that's me, dog. You know, I got it like that. You know, it's the kind of shorties I rock with. You know what I'm saying? beautiful, sexy. Yeah, man, you know, that's how your boy do it, right? You'll pat yourself on the back. You'll fucking spring a wrist, patting yourself on the back for the kudos other people are giving you. So when that relationship dissolves and it goes to shit, the same way you was patting yourself on the back when everybody was singing your praises and giving you kudos and all that other shit, take ownership of that shit too. Two things could be true at the same time, meaning you fucked up and you're dealing with a woman who's a fucked up chick. Or at least she's acting fucked up in the moment. I said something. Or she's acting fucked up in the moment. Just because a woman is acting fucked up in the moment doesn't mean that she's a fucked up chick. You know, I often say this, right? I tell you guys all the time, when it comes to relationships, as a man, when you choose a woman to be in your life, right? When you choose a woman to be in your life, you give a woman an opportunity and you basically give her an invitation to come into your world. If that situation turns out to be unfavorable or negative or whatever the case may be, you have to take full ownership of that. Here's the reality of it. When you choose a woman to be in your life and things go to shit. Now, if the relationship ends amicably and there is still mutual respect between you and the woman, you chose the right woman. Okay, let me say that shit again. If the relationship or the marriage ends and it's an amicable split and you guys still have respect for each other, whether you have kids or not, you chose the right woman. Let me explain. Let me expound upon what I mean. I got a partner of mine, right? He is still legally married, although he is not with his wife. Now, him and his wife have two children, two boys, right? The reason why they split up was because he kept cheating. He kept getting, you know, caught up in situations where he was being sloppy and his woman found out he was creeping. So she had enough and basically said, I'm done with you, right? So initially, she was going to file for divorce. But he sat her down and talked to her about it and basically said, why would you spend all that money? That makes no sense to do that. So he basically told her, let's just get a separation. Let's just separate. And she agreed. See, when this is how you know you chose the right woman. Even if you guys are going through a breakup or a divorce, you still have enough influence to sit her down and logically reason with her. That's how you know you chose the right woman. So they split up. She never takes him to court. She never puts him on child support. None of that. No child visitation. None of that. They sit down and they have a mutual agreement or an understanding. And the understanding that they came to was they were going to do joint custody without the court's involvement. He was going to have the kids for 7 straight days. Then she was going to have the kids for 7 straight days. Now, bear in mind, they got 2 sons. So what they did was, because both of them got full-time jobs, what they did was he took one of the sons and put that son on his medical, dental, and vision. And then his wife took the other son and put him on her medical, dental, and vision. So basically, they said, we got 2 boys. Let's focus on co-parenting these boys. When it comes to the care and the cost of dealing with these boys, split it down the middle. Split everything down the middle when it comes to taking care. 7 days on, 7 days off when it comes to them spending time with the boys. That's how you know you chose the right woman. Because when a relationship dissolves, there's still a level of respect, so much so that you still have influence. If you no longer have influence to sit that woman down and reason with that woman, one of two things occur. One is always one of two. Either you chose the wrong woman to begin with, and she never respected you, or you had the right woman. You chose the right woman, but you fucked it up. There is something that you did. You mistreated that woman, deceived that woman, lied to that woman, abused that woman, cheated on that woman, whatever the case may be. You fucked it up. And here's the thing. When you fucked it up, you can't always expect the woman to be sensible in the beginning. In the beginning. Okay, now let me speak on my shit. Right? The mother of my oldest two children. Right? I broke up with her. Right? Now we were never married. Right? So she could have easily went to court. She could have easily, because at the time I broke up with her, my eldest daughter was like, I gotta think about the fucking years now. She was almost 6 years old. She was 5 going on 6. And my eldest son at the time, he was like 1.5 years old, right? About 18 months old, something like that, right? So I broke up with her, and that's how young they were at the time, right? So she never took me to court, and what we agreed to was anything they needed, I would pay for. Anything. Just let your mind just wander. Anything that children need, any and everything that a child needs, right? For my daughter, any hair products, barrettes, all of that bullshit, all the different things you could think of that a child needs, fucking umbrellas, everything. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck, winter coats, mittens, everything. I bought everything. Now, when it came to her bills in her house, no, I didn't do none of that. But when it came to the children, what they personally needed, I bought everything. All the Halloween costumes, school uniforms, clothes, everything, right? Now, there was a juncture while this was going on that she had somebody in her ear. She had somebody in her ear. She had this bitter bitch in her ear. And she was trying to get her to put me on child support. And she never did. But she was this close. But because I still had a level of influence, I sat her down and basically got her away from listening to that broad, right? Now, for those of you who don't know, eventually I end up getting full custody of our children, all right? We never went through the courts. Look, let me tell you something. This is how you know you chose the right woman. This is how you know you chose the right woman. So we never went through the courts, right? So fast forward years later, at this point, my eldest daughter is 10 years old. My son is about 5, something like that. So at the time, I was doing really, really well. Just got a new house built, big ass crib. So, and I was doing a lot better than she was. So I went to her and I said, why don't you let me have the kids? Let me have the kids. I got them. I can give them a life that you can't give them. Let me take them. And she was reluctant. She cried. I sat at her fucking kitchen table. We talked about it. And she gave me my babies. Not only did she give me my kids, but I secured a doc. I don't even know if they even do this anymore. But I secured a document from the Attorney General. It was a document. And basically within a document, it was basically her forfeiting her rights to ever try and get child support from me. So she had to sign this document, and I had to get it notarized, where basically she said she would never try and get me for child support, and that she was forfeiting that right. So not only did I get my kids, but I made sure that she could never come back and not only get child support going forward, right, but try to get back child support. Because mind you, we didn't go through the courts for me to get custody. So at any given moment, if she got a wild hair up her ass and someone put some shit in her ear, that she can try and fight to get the kids back. So I wanted to basically cut her off at the knees, if you will, and make sure that that was never a threat, the child support shit, right? It was never a threat. It was never a card that she could play, right? But my point in saying all that is, when you chose the right woman and you have a certain level of influence, you can sit down and still get shit done. Let me plug the joint. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. Let me get to my bigger point. Okay, the reason why men need to stop expecting women to take accountability, because although women may play a part in the relationship dissolving, right? They may do some ill or foul shit or talk to you crazy or whatever the case may be. The reason why men need to take 100% accountability, I said it, men need to take 100% accountability is because you need to learn your lesson. You need to know what you did in the situation that led to that woman talking to you like that. Okay, now when it comes to cheating, you can't help that, right? That's nothing. There's nothing you can do about that. That's an unpredictable thing. But I'm talking about the direct disrespect, a woman talking to you crazy, right? A woman acting belligerent within the home and all that other type of shit. Okay, those are things you do have power to influence if you actually chose the right woman. But the reason why men need to stop expecting women to take accountability and you take it on the chin and take 100% accountability so you can learn what you did, okay? Even if it's something minute or small, you can learn what you did at any given moment within the interaction with the woman that even got you in that predicament to invite that type of woman in your life. But also, if you did something to fuck up, if you did something to fuck it up, okay, you need to know what you did. Okay, you need to understand the meaning of consistency, right? Without consistency, there is no trust. Without consistency, there is no reliability. Without consistency, there is no dependability. Without trust, reliability, dependability, and consistency, the woman can't respect you. If the woman doesn't respect you, disrespect will come in short order. So you need to be able to look back and say, I can see where I fucked up. I talked about my first ex-wife and how we got divorced. When she initially hit me with the divorce papers, I signed them like a dumbass. I should have read them. I didn't read them. I signed them like, all right, bitch, you want a divorce? Fine, you can have it. Right? I mean, nothing happened to me, but that was just dumb to sign them, right? But without reading them anyway. But my point is this: she didn't want a divorce. You know what I'm saying? She tried to use it because she was mad because I signed them, right? But my point is, when we eventually got divorced, I was upset. Not because we got divorced. I was upset because of some shit that she had done. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like on her way to leaving the crib, and I don't want to tell the whole story again. But for those of you who don't recall or you just wasn't around, basically I had changed the locks on the crib. Now this is a crib that we had built, so the crib was in both our names. But I had already warned her about her behavior and all that other shit. There's a broader story. I don't want to get into it, but I basically changed the locks. Like, you can't come back to this motherfucker, right? And unbeknownst to me, there was a window that was unlocked on the first story because it was a 2-story house. There was a window that was unlocked, and she got into the window, and then she just did some ill shit, right? But my point is, and I was upset at that. I wasn't upset about her divorcing me. I was like, all right, bye, good luck to you. But it was the ill shit she had did. But it was my fault that I left the window on, that I didn't know the window, because I didn't unlock the window. She had unlocked it before, and I just never checked it to see that it was unlocked, right? But my point is this, right? At first, I was upset for maybe about a month or so. Then I sat down and I said, why the fuck am I angry for? All this shit is my fault. I said, all this shit is my fault. And then I went back throughout the years and I said, I never should have married her. Hell, I never should have made her a fucking girlfriend. And then I went back and I looked at all the red flags, and I treated her well. I didn't cheat on her. I didn't abuse her. I didn't do none of that shit, right? But I had to go back and I had to look in time, and I realized you fucked up here, you fucked up there, you let this go. Yeah, you checked her here, but you should have checked her and left her. You checked her and kept her. You checked her and kept her. And that's the mistake a lot of guys don't understand, is that sometimes checking a woman is not enough. You got to let her go. I checked her and kept her. There are some things you can check a woman on, and as long as she's contrite and apologetic, and she actually has a modification to her behavior regarding that thing, you can keep on moving with the relationship. But there are certain times, although you check the woman and she appears to get it, the seeds of respect have already been sown. And it's just a matter of time before it blows up in your fucking face. Because you checked her and you kept her. So I had to go back and look and say, damn, I can see where I fucked up. This is why I arrived at this point, because I fucked up. Did I do anything wrong to her? Did I mistreat her? No. But I chose the wrong bitch. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of great attributes about her, but it doesn't matter. I still chose the wrong chick because she showed me early on that she was a jealous, possessive, territorial chick. And I'm gonna share this. I don't know if I share this or not. When I first met her, she showed me this chess set. It was a very detailed, expensive chess set, but it wasn't hers. It was one of her exes, right? So she kept it. He didn't give it to her. She kept it. He basically took that motherfucker as her little parting gift, right? So here I am dealing with this chick, and she's showing me what she does when the relationship dissolves. She keeps shit that isn't hers, basically stealing shit. So I ignored that red flag. So when we got divorced, what do you think she did to me? For those of you who don't know, I'm an artist. I had a portfolio, a big old fucking folder with all my fucking artwork and everything you could think of: ink, watercolor, pastel, acrylic paint. What else? Ink. When I say ink, I'm talking about the old school with the little ink thing with the little pen and shit from like the 1700s. I had artwork I did with that. You know what I'm saying? She took all of that shit, years and years of shit that I had done since I was in high school and shit. Years and years. She took all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? She took my pool table. I had customized pool sticks made. She took that shit. But my point is, she already showed me that she was capable of doing that. And I still married the bitch anyway. So when the divorce went through, you know what I'm saying? She did the same shit to me. So when I say men need to stop expecting women to take accountability, you need to be 100% accountable. You need to take your time and look at how women are moving. And never think that you are above having that shit happen to you if you fuck up. And sometimes when women share things with you, you have to be able to say, yeah, I'm the type of nigga that women can't do that shit to, but because she admitted that she's capable of doing that, I can't take her seriously. She's a fuck buddy, and there she will remain. I will never make her more than that because of this right here. And in some cases, you can't even have sex with chicks once you find out some information. Oh, trust and believe. There's chicks I had conversations with, they told me some shit, and I'm like, I can't even fuck this chick. I can't even bless her with dick because of the shit that she told me. Yeah, she wanted, but I can't give it to her now. Men need to stop expecting women to take accountability. It's on you. Either you chose the wrong woman and then you elevated her to a position she was unworthy of, or you had the right woman, but because of your inconsistencies, or if you do something foul to her, you lost respect and she no longer respects you. And then there's going to be hell to pay. If you stay up, once you realize that a woman no longer respects you, you have to end the relationship. You cannot let it continue. That's where resentment and animosity sets in. And this is why a lot of women don't take accountability, because they feel like the man wasted good years. You wasted good years of my life. I could have been doing other things. I could have been with other men. I could have had my forever man. I could have had my real husband, the man I was supposed to have kids with, but I'm fucking with you. And truth be told, again, a woman could be culpable for her bad behavior if indeed that situation exists. But many times women will blame the dude. That's just the reality of it. That's the reality of it. Many times women will always blame the dude. And even when women do fucked up shit, they will admit, oh, I did fucked up shit, but he did it first. So that's my reason. So I'm not as fucked up as him because he did it first and I did it to get him back. That's how they rationalize their bad decision making. That's how they escape accountability. They point the finger at you. Now you got grown men acting like bitches, pointing the finger at bitches. I'm out.